Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Paterson, and today we're jumping right back into logo critiques. This video is brought to you by FreshBooks. For those of you that don't know, Logo Critiques is kind of a series that I do on this channel where you submit your logos to the email down below, the right email, and I will check them. If they appear in the inbox, I'll check them and critique them for you. I know a lot of you like the Pimp My Logo scene, which is going to carry on. I just need to actually find time to design someone's logo for them with all the client work that I have. So if you want to do Pimp My Logo, that's fine. Don't ask me to do it. Wait until I tweet out and then I'll select you depending on the logo that you've got. Cool, so the first logo critique I'm going to be critiquing today at random is Victor Belder. Hey Will, I'd love for you to critique this work as my personal logo. What do you think? So you are Victor Belder. I don't know what your company is. Now, one thing that you've got to be careful when you do what you're doing when you're sending me a logo to critique is you've got to tell me where you're from, what the logo is for, and what you do. So it's great that you've got a personal brand here, Victor Belder, and basically I don't know what you do. First impressions is that I really like this logo. I like the gradients that you've got there. It makes it look really super nice. I'm going to bring it out and then I'm going to zoom it, hopefully, if I can. I can't really make it any smaller, but I think this logo works really well. It works well on the computer, but what about when you print it? One thing that I've just realized as well with this logo, I know it's a V and a B and it's very nicely done here. You've got very simple shapes. One thing I would recommend doing is instead of having a gradient here for print media, you want to cut this out and basically form a shadow with negative space. But it looks great right there. Another thing that I think you need to look at is the actual overshooting of the O. Now, we talked about this in the Google video, and if you watched the whole video, you would have realized that I was talking about overshooting and people getting really annoyed because I didn't make it clear that I was having a laugh at the start. But basically, with the V and the O, you've got the actual top line here and the O looks too small compared to the V. So you need to make this O, or the B, sorry, thicker at the top. So it has to overshoot the line here. It can't be the same height as the V. Otherwise, it looks too small. As for the type at the bottom, I like it. I think you need to center it a bit more and also decrease the tracking between Belder and also increase the leading. So the Victor and Belder, there's a bit more space in between there. I like the typeface you've used. I'm not too sure why you've used an actual thinner weight to the typeface, but well done. I like it. This next one is from Matt Willis and he goes, "Hi Will, I've studied design for 4 years and I got into logo design as that's what I want to do. This logo is for a French art deco cafe / wine bar. Would love to hear your thoughts and advice." Awesome. Okay, Matt, let's have a look. So here is one just there, Xavier's Cafe Wine Food. Okay. Another one here, you've got some other branding thing here. You're actually showing me a bit of a portfolio here. Nice mock-ups. I really like these mock-ups. I don't like this one because you can't tell what it's on. This one, very nice. It looks very cool. Okay, so the great thing that you've actually given me here is a bunch of scenarios of where the logo or the branding is going to be used. So you can imagine going down London, so this is at Westminster. Basically, you walk past this actual cafe here. Can you tell that that's a cafe? No. And the reason why is because you haven't made it clear enough. I love the fact that you've got these gold lines here and the different ways. I think that actually really works. What I don't think works is these parts here, the cafe wine food pack. I don't think you need to have that in the actual logo itself. I think you just need to get rid of maybe some of the lines here and also have a thicker weighted typeface. Does that make sense? I like the actual logo icon that you got here. This is kind of like a wine bar. It's like a wine bottle in there. I like this. It looks cool, but does it stick out to me? I'm not too sure. And this is a great place to think about who your target audience is. Is it a wine bar? Is it a cafe? And is it French? Well, it looks French. It looks pretty nice. When you go to Paris, I don't think you see much of this though in sort of Paris, but I like the color schemes of the gold and everything. I would just choose a slab serif typeface here instead of a normal serif typeface or a normal thick and thin weighted typeface. I think it will look better, and it depends where you are on the high street. These mock-ups are really great though. I like them. Yeah, again, I think the simpler the logo, the better for this one, but you've got some form of elegance in here. So something that I would suggest doing is getting rid of these squares actually and these lines and just having Xavier's in a slab serif font that's thin, so it's a consistent weight. Because if I was to make this really small, it'll be difficult to tell what it is. So it looks good though, like the color scheme, just choose a different font. This next one is from Oscar, and he's given me this. This is for personal use, so it's actually his brand. I'm not too sure. I think you are a web designer and branding person. So this is your logo. So you give me this image here. I really like it. So far, I love the color scheme that you got going on here, the nice red and the different colors and stuff, but it also shows me different ways of viewing your logo. The things about this logo is it's simple, it works, and it looks nice. Those things are all subjective though. People may say you could even more simplify this, or that it could be too simple, but I really like it because it's got an AP. But the thing that I have a problem with though, and if I was a client, would be I can really just see a P there. That this is more of a P, and that's the first thing that I think about. I think it works really well, but I think what you can do, because this is like a circle here, you've got some sharp points here, maybe try and like curve this point here around a little bit and see what happens when you curve that, because it could give you an interesting variation. I like the colors and the schemes that you got going on here. It works really well. It's really simple. I'd like to see a filled in version, so when you fill in this part here, I think that would look a lot better in this case, in some cases, but I think it works and it'd be great for a logo system. This next one's from Ben Atwood, and he says he's a 20-year-old history and politics student who's running a debate called Your Say. Okay, so let's have a look at your logo. So this is for a group, or a group where you're going to debate stuff. And let's have a look. So here's the black and white version. That's pretty cool. I like the colors that you got here. Now, one thing that's sticking out to me straight away is get rid of that shadow. You don't need it. It just makes it look too 3D. I don't really like that very much. But another thing here, make this white. Don't put it like these colors are too dark. Brighten up these colors a little bit. What I would like to see at the end here is maybe an exclamation mark that's made out of the box. That might be pretty cool. It might work a little bit well, but I think it works really well. It does what it says, and the only reason why I'm saying it works really well is because, one, obviously I think it does, but I also think it works really well when it's small. It's very interesting. You've got a bit of perspective magic going on there, and I think it works really good. What I'd like to see is just an exclamation mark made out of this box just here. So you've got like the square here, and then maybe a bit of a square there as an exclamation mark, because, you know, when you're talking about your say, isn't like have your say, let's debate. You want to have like something that shows passion at the end of it, or something that shows talking, or something that people can put an emotion towards whilst they're reading it to really get it into people's heads of what it's about. Your say sounds really cool, but I think have the exclamation mark at the end and it'll make it great. Here are some other ones that you've done. I don't like these ones. These are a bit weird. I know it's all about political discussion. I know it's a politics thing, so you've got the X here, but it doesn't really say much about it, and the typeface you got here doesn't really work very well. This one works pretty good, but you need to increase the leading here and also change it so it's not just one block of mush. The next one's from Nathan, and he's a 19-year-old graphic design student from Canada. This is a men's mental health campaign called Down with Man Up. So that's really cool. I really like this concept here that you got here. The whole class had to create 3 concepts and the client had to choose one. Here's my best logo I created. Awesome, let's have a look. I can already, wow, this is really cool. So what I like about this is that it's like completely simple. I just like the simplicity of it. You've chosen the right typeface. Is it Futura that you've used there? I'm not too sure. But you've got hierarchy done as well. I also like the icon you got here. You've got 2 different colors. You've used a darker color and a lighter color too. But something that I would say is that I'm not too sure about this sort of like icon here. I think the icon looks okay, but the problem with it is that it looks kind of too family orientated. I think if you're going to have like a man's thing, a mental health campaign, I think you've got it really good in the typeface, but this icon with the D, even though it's very clever, I think you have to make it a bit, I don't want to say more masculine, but something that's a bit more blocky and less curvy, I think. So maybe having like an arrow pointing down or up inside the D may spark a bit of interest within there. I think this logo looks great like this in real life, and in here you can even see it. This kind of looks like a leisure center kind of logo, and you don't want that. You want to have like an actual statement logo. So if it says down, the normal thing that I would think of is kind of like arrows pointing down, or thumbs up, or something like that. I think you've done really well here, and this concept works really good. Well done, dude. I just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, FreshBooks. The all new version of FreshBooks is basically a cloud accounting software. Now, I use FreshBooks to do all my accounting. Now, if you're a designer that's chasing up payments or just want to record your expenses or do both, then FreshBooks is for you. You can track time on the projects that you have with your clients, so you can make sure that you've got proper time management and time tracking, and you can invoice straight from the time tracking and create one automatically. You get notifications to your phone when someone's paid an invoice, and you can even see whether someone's viewed the invoice that you've sent and haven't paid yet. And a feature that I know a lot of you will love is that you can set up automatic late penalty fees, so you can have a percentage in there after a certain amount of days. I use FreshBooks and it makes my invoicing life much easier. And you know me, I only want to give you guys sponsors that actually hold value to the channel and also that give value to you as a person. So if you'd like a month's free trial of FreshBooks, click the link down below or go to freshbooks.com/Will Paterson and enter my name, William Paterson, in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Thank you so much, FreshBooks, for sponsoring this video. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you leave a like and a subscribe on your way out. It's been good speaking with you, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you soon.